Welcome back to the channel. Today the road takes us to Universal Studios Hollywood. We are here to check out the annual pass holder preview of the 60th anniversary tour. So let's check it out. Give me a subscribe, give me a like. Let's see what they have to offer. There's one of the trains right now. This is so cool.
Yeah. To double it. Yeah. Put the further you got rid of Jim Kelly. Sorry. Head past the entrance. Are you here for 5:30? Yeah. Okay, head past the entrance sign.
Because you'll never see them again. Nah, just kidding. We'll be right back. But first, let's go over some of our safety rules. First, if you need guest assistance or have a medical emergency, or if you drop something of value off the side of the tram, or if any video or sound issues, reach up, grab that red emergency cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it's safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please stay seated and keep all your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Remember to use that red cord. Inside are our sound stages. So this is where we do a lot of filming for our television shows. You can see they do have active production happening in stage 14 right over here. You're seeing dressing room trailers, and we got more sound stages on our right-hand side. Right now we're passing by 16 and 17. This is where we filmed part of the show Never Have I Ever on Net Auction Bungalows. So this on our left-hand side, these are offices we rent out to people when they want to work with us, our partner here at Universal. Now, on your left-hand, during our back lot, this is known as Colonial Street.
You meet the strangest people on the tour.
Yeah, strange people on the tour and even stranger people giving up. But no, that was all in our front lot, and we have just entered into our back lot. And here's Jimmy Fallon again to give us an introduction.
We're about to cross the imaginary boundary onto the back lot, where we have exterior sets for many outdoor scenes. Over the last 60 years, studio tour guests have seen these locations turned into big cities, quiet suburbs, even that guy's hometown. Yeah, that guy. For countless movies and TV shows. This is Universal's Metro sets.
So up first on our right-hand side, we do have Brownstone Street. This was Paris for Billie Eilish's mini musical for the 2021 Amazon Prime Day. This is also where Mindy lives in the show The Mindy Project, and even Jim Carrey lives here in his movie Bruce Almighty. But we do have some special guests to introduce us to the next part that we're going to see on the tour. So let's see who it is.
Welcome to the Courthouse Square. These sets were used to create Hill Valley in the Back to the Future films.
And they represented multiple time periods, 1985, 1955, and the far, far distant future, 2015. To this day, this is one of the most popular sets on the Universal Studio Tour.
We had a lot of fun making those films here on the lot. I wonder what it'd be like to go back to those days. If only we had a time machine.
Everybody, do you think we can get this tram up to 88 miles per hour?
Yes, we have just entered into Hill Valley from our Back to the Future films, and look, there's Doc! Hi, Doc!
Hello, time travelers! You're right on time! There's a motel up near the state called the Bates Motel. You're part of history in the making. Round of applause!
Ooh, let's go, Doc!
Good luck, time travelers. We'll see you in the future.
See you in the future. Goodbye, Doc Brown. Yes, that is the clock tower where Doc harnessed the bolt of lightning that sent Marty McFly back to the future. But we shouldn't disturb the time-space continuum for too long now. But Courthouse Square has many facades that were built back in the 1940s, but the rest of our Metro sets are considerably newer, rebuilt, and redesigned in 2008. Before that, this was home to a studio tour classic. Here's one of the stars of Universal's 2005 version of King Kong. Jack Black is here to tell us about it.
And self-action. Did you know the Metro sets were once the home to Hollywood's biggest star? Right here is where the original studio tour King Kong attraction resided from 1986 until 2008. He stood 30 feet tall and weighed in at 13,000 pounds. Over the years, millions of guests got to meet King Kong face to face as he shoved the tram. So close you could feel his hot banana breath. Is that it? I can't believe that's my last line, and then Tram moves on to the next thing.
Yes, we do have to move on to the next thing for now, Jack Black. But first, you might be surprised to know that most of these buildings are actually what we call facades, which means they're just the front and sides of the building, because we only really need to build what the camera actually sees on screen. But now we're actually going to say goodbye to the concrete jungle as we head towards the real and terrifying jungles.
Onto creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when University of Light came back to Star Island. It was great to have you along for the ride. Now we have created this 3D.
Miracles used for the filming of almost every single one of our monster movies. Frankenstein, Son of Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula starring Bela Lugosi, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and if you don't look to your hero right now, you're gonna miss him. It's the Invisible Man. He is making his appearance for our 60th anniversary. Isn't that just oh so sweet? He's so kind. No, but don't be angry on me. It's only fitting that we get some angry peeps out here in our Little Europe sets, because no monster movie is complete without an angry mob charging through these streets.
He's in the woods. Get out of the house. Raise all the men you can. Lock the women indoors and wait for me.
Monsters on land to the monsters in the sea. I think we all deserve a good vacation. So we are now headed to Amity Island, where every day is like the 4th of July. Amity was a popular New England resort town until they were terrorized by a great white shark. But don't worry, Mayor Vaughn wants you to know that these beaches are perfectly safe and they will be open for the summer season. He told me himself to remind you that Amity means friendship. So sit back, relax, and let's make some friends as we head towards Amity. As long as we don't hear any John Williamson music, we will be a-okay. So just sit back, relax. And that music is never a good sign. We do have safety instructor George in the water. George, you might want to get out of there. George, run or swim. George, swim. I'm sure he's fine. Yeah, I'm totally fine. Don't worry, everybody. We will pull ahead behind these red flammable barrels of gasoline because, well, what could go wrong? gonna need a bigger tram. But Jaws has been a fan favorite on the studio tour since 1976 when the shark made its first backlot debut. There have been a few different versions of our mechanical shark, starting with one that we affectionately call Carrot Tooth because of its huge oversized teeth. But next year, the movie Jaws will be celebrating its 50th anniversary. That's right, filming took place 50 years ago on Martha's Vineyard.
It wasn't much of a lion shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio lines. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited. The shark was well enough for a while.
Going an entirely direction. You've never gone this way before.
But we are now heading into a classic attraction here on the backlot, and here to tell us more about it is today's show co-host and weather anchor Al Roker.
Time for my favorite part of the tour, weather. When it comes to film and TV, it is truly a special effect. In fact, to demonstrate how weather effects are created, we debuted our first major attraction here on the studio tour way back in 1968.
So this is an example of what we call a practical effect. A practical effect is an effect we act out in real time for the camera. But the one thing we do here we would not do on that movie set is those thunder sound effects, because it would interfere with the actors' dialogue and you want to be able to hear what they're saying. So we do have to add that in post-production after everything is already filmed. But here it comes, the moment we've been waiting for, the flood! Now watch out, if you are in a blue seat today, you are in the splashdown, so get ready. I'm teasing, they're all blue. But that is 10,000 gallons of water going right back out to be reused for the next tram that comes along. Now that was used for the filming of the movie Big Fat Liars, starring Paul Giamatti, Frankie Muniz, and Amanda Bynes.
You can't outrun a wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that.
Black, who also plays Bowser in our Super Mario Bros. Movie, Yahoo! But now we're gonna go from Yahoo to Yee-haw as we mosey on down our 6 Points Western sets. These are some of the oldest sets on the Universal lot, built all the way back in the 1930s, where many of our Western stars got their start. Now we call this area 6 Points because there are actually 6 different roads branching off of this street. And each road is equipped with its own bank, its own saloon, its own motel, anything you need to film a Western movie. So back in the days of the silent film era, they would actually film 6 different Western movies at the same time in the same day here. However, we can't do that anymore because we are just too noisy. But this area was used for part of the filming of Quentin Tarantino's film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, starring Academy Award winners Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio, as well as Margot Robbie. Those men were actually right here, standing on these sets, filming some of the Western scenes for that movie. And now what's great about our Western sets are these are a mix of what we call practical sets and facades. So we know facades are just the front and sides of the buildings, which you can kind of see as you peek through some of the windows. But a lot of these buildings are practical sets as well, which means we can film both inside and outside of most of these buildings as well. So a little mix up of different sets we have here in our Western sets. And no Western would be complete without a big action scene where our hero gets into a fight. Well, these fights actually involve a lot of creative Hollywood illusions. So every punch is carefully choreographed, the brick walls are made of foam rubber, the chairs and tables are made of a lightweight balsa wood to break on impact, and the windows are made of a flimsy breakaway material called candy glass. So keep that in mind as you watch some of our infamous Universal brawls. Residential areas. So this small street we have up here on our left-hand side, that house with the yellow walls and green roof is Boo Radley's house in To Kill a Mockingbird. And the 4th house down is Dreamboat Paxton Hall Yoshida's house from the show Never Have I Ever on Netflix. We even have Garfield's house from the live-action Garfield over there, which is dangerously close to Beethoven. The dog's house on our right-hand side, where this is our chicken ranch, which you might recognize from when Dolly Parton sang her iconic song, I Will Always Love You. Was also featured in our Halloween episode of the Quantum Leap. And on our left-hand side, we are passing by Colonial Street, which is most famously known as Wisteria Lane from our show Desperate Housewives. But now look towards your left-hand side, because from Colonial Streets to Lion Estates, you might know that the Lion Estates was where Marty McFly lived in our Back to the Future trilogy. Well, did you know that Marty lived in a real home in a nearby neighborhood? But when Marty travels back to 1955, he finds those signs with no neighborhood in sight. Now, it is only fitting that we place those signs right here on this screen, because right now we are driving down Steven Spielberg Drive. And did you know that he was a producer on the Back to the Future film? And he got his start right here at Universal. War of the Worlds starring Tom Cruise. So welcome to the crash site for War of the Worlds. Large-scale sets like this have been a part of the studio tour for several decades. But before production destroyed this suburban neighborhood for their film, it was Site B for the Lost World Jurassic Park, and prior to that, it served as the whimsical Whoville for How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see. You're doing good.
Yes, this is a real 747 airplane that was purchased out of its retirement and completely destroyed for the making of this set. And truly is it a marvel of filmmaking at its finest. But after every shoot, we have made sure to make rooms for the tram so they could drive right up and get a close-up view of these iconic sets just for our studio tour. But from one iconic set to another, you're going to want to look up to your right-hand side and get a look at a highlight that has been a highlight of the tour since 1964. This is the home of Norman Bates from Alfred Hitchcock's movie Psycho, the original set from his 1960s film, as well as we are making our way to the Bates Motel right now. Next up is our official scale replica of LA's most iconic landmark, the Hollywood sign. While we're celebrating our 60th year here, the Hollywood sign has been commemorating its centennial year. But for the first few decades of the studio tour, one of the hallmarks was a visit to Prop Plaza, where guests disembarked for once-in-a-lifetime photos and to interact with characters, vehicles, and props from their favorite productions. Well, guess what? Just for our 60th anniversary, we have brought that opportunity back. Now, folks, remember, this is a limited stop, so when you're ready to continue your tour, simply follow the signs. You will be boarding a different tram with a brand new studio guide. So remember to gather all your personal belongings and your 3D glasses. You will need them when we resume the tour. But as you disembark, please walk towards the front of the tram and have fun. Enjoy your time.
This is cool. That is pretty awesome.
Keep on going, guys. Keep on walking, guys. Keep on going. Do not stop. Keep on going. RD? So, yeah, come on. You're big enough. Oh, why my pencil? You're in this video. I was like, no. I was like, why not? They want to like, oh, I need to keep like stuff. We could. No, because these are this is a thing for you.
We have more photo opportunities straight ahead. If you guys don't want pictures at all, you
Hi, Norman.
Oh, he's in there. No way. No.
He's in there.
He opened the door.
He's in there. He took a picture.
He did.
What's his name? What's his name?
Sorry, I had to get a picture.
If you guys don't want any pictures, you guys are all good to continue walking down.
Stand right here, so we can get the house in the back.
So this is kind of cool. It's just all kinds of props from different shows. They have replica of the Hollywood sign back there. But I'm waiting for a young man to come out of his office and say hi.
Right?
You can see his car over there. The house is right back there.
Sorry.
That was pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
So all these props have full size on them from shows. I don't know if they're real or not. I'm gonna pause for another picture. Just got a cool picture with Norman. If I remember, I'll put it in there. So they have a giant Kong hand. A couple Fast and the Furious cars. And if you remember in the old days, you had the short jaws you take a picture with. Yeah, so this is really cool. It reminds me of the olden days. The olden days. Who am I? Back when you would get off the tram, having the tour and see props and stuff. Yeah, it's very cool. Maybe I'll put a picture in right here. Did I? I don't know. I was supposed to. Did I remember? We'll see. Let's get back on that tram. Yes, when you finish this, you get back on the tram again. And you finish your tour.
Amazing directors and actors and producers and customers you've had amazing working relationships with, including.
So back on the tram, and there's a new one. It's not one of the tram.
Emmy Award-winning writer-director Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible mission and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Planet.
That was fun. A lot of surprises. I was kind of hoping to see the new Earthquake, which has been redone. It's supposed to reopen, but we didn't get to see that today. But I enjoyed getting off the tram. It was cool seeing Clockhouse, Courthouse Square. I haven't seen Courthouse Square in several years, and I have an annual pass, and it's always closed for filming. So it's cool to see that. But yeah, it's great. I recommend it. Come back out, check it out. So thanks for watching. Again, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Tell me what you like best about the old tours. I miss the bridge that used to collapse. That was awesome. What did you miss? Let me know from the comments. And I'll see you next time when we see where the road takes us.